Welcome back to Common Turn, July of 1942. Pretty hard hit the last turn, and we are going to do what we can do to stay on life support with the Russians. But we're going to go get right into things. First thing we need to do is roll for technology. Technologies we're rolling for is heavy bombers, strategic rockets, improved factories, and improved construction. So we'll go ahead and roll for those first. First we'll roll for heavy bombers, and we will need a 9 or better. Okay. Okay, we got an 11. So we move up on heavy bombers, and Russia is now on stage 3 of heavy bombers. Okay. Next, we are going to roll for strategic rockets. We need a 9 or better. We did not get that. Okay, excuse me. The next one we're going to roll for is improved factories, and we need a 7 or better. Oh, we just got that. So we have improved factories, and Russia actually now has that technology. Okay, last one, improved construction. We need a 7 or better. Okay, we got an 8. So we now have the technology of improved constructions, and that's going to change my purchases. Okay, so instead of those guys there, I'm going to go ahead and take... I don't know how fortification keeps moving, but it does. Okay. So next thing we're going to do is purchases. And I've got to double check. Since we have improved factories now, I just got to remember how that works, because it's the first time I've had these, so that's pretty cool. At the same time, I got to see what I get to do with them. Okay. Hang on one second. Okay, when you know it, I'm looking through the entire book, and it's on the next page. Okay, improved factories. That means now I can produce 2 units in a minor, 5 units in a medium, and I can produce 8 units instead of 5 in a major. Oh, that's good. Okay, improved constructions. I can either pay -1 per cycle, or instead of saving 1, I can pay for the first 2 constructions at the same time. All right, I like that. That's going to help out a lot. Well, okay, so here are my purchases. We have a Katyusha, a fortification, a medium tank, 3 advanced mechanized, 2 advanced artillery, and 1 militia. That's purchases, and that adds up to 43, which is exactly what I have. Okay, now for combat. As of this turn, Russia declares war on Turkey. And to that end, first combat is going to be these 3 ships here, or 4 ships rather. Submarine, 2 destroyers, and a heavy cruiser is going to attack the Yavuz. Over here, we're going to have a round of attacks with We're going to do an attrition attack from Moscow with these 2 advanced artillery into Yaroslav. And the rest of our units are going to attack Western Russia. I'm hoping I don't get all hits on the first round because I don't want to win. I just want to thin them out. Okay. Let's see. And then, okay, over here, we're going to have Novosibirsk is going to be a transport plane with a paratrooper is going to be going into Central Mongolia. A cavalry is going to go through Kabdo to Central Mongolia. A fighter and a tactical bomber is going to go from Buryatia to Central Mongolia. We're just trying to reduce the tanks, and with the number of Japanese that are in country, we need to do as much as we can as quickly as we can. Over here, since I've learned a little about how this, you can use AA guns for a casualty, and we're going to take a mountain infantry from Shensi and Singhai, and we're going to go into Suyan, and we're going to take, not artillery, but an AA gun. I believe those are all our attacks. Pretty straightforward. I'm going to go ahead and get the battle board, and we're going to attack Turkey first. Actually, we don't need a battle board for Turkey. I got Russians in my way. Okay. So, I've got to go to the other side of the board and move those boats into the Mediterranean. So, gotta move my light to get over there. So, here's what we're doing. Just go ahead and take you with me. We are going over here, and we're moving this heavy cruiser, this destroyer, this destroyer, and this submarine. And oh, good deal, my coastal sub happened to be there too. So I wasn't sure if they're I'm not going to, well, I'll do the rolls, and if they have the coastal sub, I don't know if they were going to defend or not, and I'm doubting they will since I have this many ships in the sea zone. So I'm just going to act like I'm attacking the Yavuz. If Turkey tells me any different, that's okay. Now that sounds weird, doesn't it? Okay. All right. Keep you on the globe here, just seeing walls. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and roll for those. The Yavuz is not a capital ship. It rolls nicely though. It rolls at a 7 or less on defense. So we've got our, I'm going to use a battle board so I have a reference for me for our first battle. Okay. 7 or less for the Yavuz. Heavy cruiser, oops. Heavy cruisers, 6 or less. Destroyer, 4 or less, 2 of those. Submarine, 3 or less. Oh yeah, first strike. I don't know if I've had a ship where I get first strike on before, and coastal sub gets a first strike. Well, that's kind of nice. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do the coastal sub first. If we get a 1, it'll be over, and Yavuz doesn't get to counterattack. We got a 7, so that didn't work. Okay, so we have, well, it doesn't really matter. We get a regular roll because there's only 1 boat. So, all right. So we're going to go ahead for a submarine. We need a 3 or less. Missed. And then we're going to go ahead and roll for our 2 destroyers at 4 or less. Okay. We got the Yavuz. And don't even know if I'm saying that right, but go ahead and then we're going to roll the its defense roll. It misses. So the Russian fleet stays intact and remains in Sea Zone 52. Now I'll go back over this at the end of the turn so everybody can see where everything is, so you can kind of keep up to date with what's going on. So don't worry, we'll be back to that. Put the Yevas on the dead pile. Okay, so next we're going to go ahead and move this tactical bomber and Central Mongolia fighter, paratrooper air transport, and the cavalry. And we're going to be attacking the medium tank and 2 light tanks. So I'm going to go ahead and get the battle board set up for that. We have mountains terrain. And since the roundel is completely in the mountains, I think this is not just a mountain border. I think it's all mountains. So we're going to go based on that. Okay, so we got light armor defends at 4, and medium armor defends at 5. Fighter will attack at 6. Tactical bomber will attack at 7. Cavalry will attack at 2 for the reduction in a. Let's see, and my paratrooper, he will, let's see. I'll look up paratroopers here. Oops. Hang on. I think I've only paradropped one at a time, so I got to look up paratroopers, see what their special abilities are. Okay. When you're born assaulting, they get a +1 attack on combat round 1. So they attack at 2. It would increase into 3. That's a mountain, so I think it reduces them back to 2. So for the first round, we'll put them at 2, and then on the next round, we'll reduce them to 1 if there's a next round, which I hope there's not. Okay. So for our attacks, we'll go ahead and get the tactical bomber. We need a 7 or less. Okay. We got a 2, so there's 1 light tank. Then we have a fighter, and we need a 6 or less for the fighter. We got a 9, so that's a miss. And then we have the cavalry and the airborne, and they both roll at 2 or less for this round. Ooh, okay. We missed on both of those, so this could be devastating. Okay, so the medium tank defending at 5 or less. Oh, he got one of us, so we're going to take the cavalry down. Well, no, we're going to take the airborne down, and then 2 light tanks at 3 or less. They both missed. Okay, so they've got 2 tanks. We've got 1 ground unit. Yep, we're going to go for it. Our tactical bomber at 7 or less. Missed. Our fighter at 6 or less. Missed. Well, this is not looking good. Our cavalry at 2 or less. Whoa, our cavalry got ahead of all the units. That's a little funny. Okay, so we have a medium tank and a light tank. So the medium tank defends at 5 or less. It got a 10. And so that's a miss. And then the light tank defended at 3 or less. It got a 10 also. So it was both misses. And then we're going to go ahead And we're going to attack again. 7 or less for a tactical bomber. It misses. 6 or less for a fighter. Okay, got it. That's all we needed. And then they get to defend with their medium tank at 5 or less. And it was a miss. So we were able to take that territory. And all we have left after that battle is the cavalry, because the planes will be going back home after this turn. So we'll go ahead and put these with the rest of the folks that are gone so far. Okay, so now we're going to go over to here. We're going to do an attrition attack with these 2 advanced artillery into Yarsil level. So it's 2 at 2 or less is what we have. So we're going to roll 2 dice, 2 or less for our attrition attack. Okay, we got 1 hit. So we'll take 1 infantry off of that. Whoops. Okay, and now this is going to be a big battle, but it's not going to be a huge battle because I just want to thin things out. So we're going to be attacking with all our units from Moscow. And they are going to defend with a Marine and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 infantry. So they will defend with 6 infantry, and we will have, let's see, 1 militia, 2 militia, 3 militia, 4 militia, 5 militia, 6 militia, 7 militia. Okay, we got 7 militia. I'll count the rest of those, and I'll tell you what I'm doing as I go. But no terrain, militia's all at 1. We'll have 7 of those. And I'm going to make sure, let's see, we have 2 infantry. It's funny, I really don't want to win this battle, but I want to attack hard. So, tank destroyer. And we have 2 tank destroyers. And they attack, always have the hardest time finding tank destroyers. So let's see. Wow. Okay. Just have to remember the same place as artillery is. Okay, so we got 2 tank destroyers. And let's see. If things go really, really, really bad, I think we'll take 1 AA so we can use it as a casualty if we need to. Okay? So, and the Germans have I have a tactic. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm hoping. So the Germans have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 infantry, 1 Marine, and an artillery. So they have 1 unit that's first strike, and they'll also bring up an infantry. They'll also bring up an infantry's round. So let's see here and see how the Marine works here. A lot of units in this game. I have to look them up a lot of times. I'm looking for what if Marines pair or anything. Okay, so they attack at 2 and infantry attack at 1. Okay, but are they paired with artillery is my real question. Let's see. The attacking may pair infantry class units. Okay, so they do pair with the Marine. So the Marine will get a boost of 1. So it will defend at 5. Okay, so here we go. So we have all of them off the board. We do. Okay. So we got our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 militia at 1. Okay. If I even just get just 1 hit, I'll be totally okay. I get no hits. Well, I like a hit. But really want to thin the Germans out pretty bad to kind of keep the people in Moscow happy. Let's see, 5 and 7. Okay, 7 at 1 for the infantry, for the militia. All right, 0 hits. Isn't that awesome? Okay, now we have 2 infantry at 2. Misses. And then we, I got to do the artillery, and it's a 4 or less first strike. Sorry, you got a hit, but I would have lost the AA gun anyways, and it's gone, so we're still good. Now we do the 2 tank destroyers at 3 or less. I cannot hit with the tank destroyer, I tell you. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 infantry at 4 or less. Okay, here we go. Okay. They got 1 hit. Okay. So they got 1 hit. So we'll take that off our militia. And then the Marine rolls at 5 or less. And it's miss. Okay, we're going to do one more round, see how it goes. So take this guy to the pile over here. Let's say you roll this, let's see, 6, 4, 5, 6. Okay, chance 1 in 12. I should be able to. Yeah, well, that can't roll 7. Okay, 6 at 1. Okay, no hits. And then we have 2 infantry at 2. Okay, 1 infantry got a hit. So I will take one of their infantry off. Let's see, because I think they would want to keep the boost for the artillery up. And then we have the 2 tank destroyers at 3 or less. Both misses. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Plus the artillery 7. 8 at 2 or less. Okay. 4, 7, 8 at 2 or less. Okay. This is starting to look like one of those long battles, but they got 1 also so far. So we're going to take off another militia. And let's see. And then they're going to roll for their Marine at. Oh, he doesn't get defense on. He doesn't get a boost on defense, does he? It's just on attack. Okay. That's okay, though. All right. So, have to roll for the Marine at 4 or less. Missed. Okay. We're going to, with that, we'll go another round. See if the militia can miss 3 rounds straight. So, 5 militia at 1. Hey, we got a streak going. They miss 3 rounds straight. Okay, so we're going to try our 2 infantry at 2 or less. Okay, we've got 1 hit. So, go and take 1 more guy down. And then we have 2 Dink Destroyers. See if they can go 3 rounds without getting a hit. They did. They didn't get a hit again. So, they've all figured out how to not get hits. That's good. All right. So, okay. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at 4. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at 4 or less for the infantry, the artillery, and the marine. Okay. Let's see. 1, 2, and I told you if it goes on the side, I always will re-roll, no matter how it is, for me or for the other person, because that's a lot like it when it's on the edge like that. Good. I like it when it does that when I think I'm not sure, because it makes me feel better, because it's like, okay, so it's okay, they got 1, 2, 3. Okay, so they got 3 hits. Okay, all right. Well, this battle is becoming too costly, so the Russians are going to back out of this. We're going back to Moscow, where we can be protected by our advanced artillery. Now let's see here. Take these arrows off. I think we've got 1 more battle left. Oh, I forgot about that change of income that Japan goes down 1. I got them at 31, but there's been a lot of changes, so I have to double check. But and Russia goes up 1 to 28, and then now Western Russia, Germany has 5 infantry, 1 marine, and an artillery. So I figured they'd want that boost when they attack whoever they attack, because, you know, who knows who we'll go after. Okay, now we have a mountain infantry and 2 mountain infantry and an AA gun. Now this has, I see there's desert and mountains, so I have to look at the rule book because I didn't get that one time. I know they're not cumulative, but have to see how they do work. Let's see, terrains, okay. We have, okay, first of all, mountains are going to be minus, well, actually the mountain infantry don't suffer from that, so they would just be, it would just be desert for the mountain infantry. So the mountains, deserts. These are sub-desert rules. All attacking land units have -1 attack. All attacking vehicle class, they roll 12, because we have no vehicle class. Okay, so we have a -1 attacking, and that's a, well, that's desert mountains, because the roundel is in the desert zone. So we're going to go ahead and put our 2 mountain infantry down. Our first, they will be -1, so where's that put our mountain infantry? Okay, that puts them down to a 1, and we'll have our AA gun, just in case the defender does well with their 2 or less militia. Okay, now we need super luck here. We're not going to fight too hard though. Okay, 2 dice at 1 for mountain infantry. No hits. Okay, their militia, it rolls at 2 or less. They got a hit. Okay. That's their hit. I think you always believe me if I say they got a hit. Okay. So, I'm going to try one more, but if I don't make this one, we're done. Gotta get a 1. Oh! We got a 1. So now we gotta hope the militia got scared and shoots in the air. Well, they need 2 or less. They missed. They got a 7. Finally, we had a good battle for the CCP. They can fight. So the CCP will go up 1. And now they're up to 3. And Japan will go down 1. They're down to 30. Watch out, we're on our way, guys. Okay, so our mountain infantry, this guy's gone. And then, okay. Now, I believe it's non-combat, but I want to check the book, make sure I'm doing everything in order, or doing everything in order. Okay, we've resolved combats, moving units that are not entering combat. So we're doing our non-combat move right now with strategic rail movements. Okay. Oh, our non-combat moves. Go ahead and get these battle boards out of the way so I can see the country. Yep, that's right. If you want to see the country, move your battle board. Okay. Let's see what we're going to move. I'm not moving anything yet. I will bring the camera up so you can see it when I do it. Let's see. Okay. I think we're going to use our strategic rail and we're going to move 2 advanced mechanized infantry to Moscow. We are going to move 2 militia to Saratov, and let's see, can they do that? Oh, no, they wouldn't be able to do that. Good. And then from Western Kazakhstan, we move 2 militia from there to Saratov also. Okay. Now, militia are weak, but I'm hoping this is a good thing when I'm all said and done. So now down here, we are going to move 2 of our infantry, and then we'll go ahead and move all these militia here. We'll keep the 2 cavalry back. Let's see if we want to. We'll move this militia from Western Kazakhstan to Stalingrad. Let's see. We'll move the militia from Chita to Amur. See if he can battle like the unit in the previous battle did. And we'll move the unit Buryatia to Chita. We'll go from Central Mongolia. We're going to move our air transport back to Novosibirsk and our tactical bomber as well as our fighter. And we need to go ahead and put a Russian roundel there now. Usually in shock when Russia takes a territory at this point. But we like it. So we're permanently knocked out of. Oh, and we need a CCP roundel. Well, they both had good turns. That's good. Okay, guys. Now we got all. It looks like let me see. Is all the non-combat move done here? Yeah, I think that's all I could move, no matter what I wanted to do. Okay, so now we have improved construction. So we're putting a fortification right here on Saratov. And it's going to be on the border of Don Manish, which means they can't blitz into here. And which means they can't surround the city on the upcoming turn. So that's cool. Let's see. I don't think, but we'll see. That's my goal, and I think that's what they're wanting to do, but we'll see what they do. They might have a plan that I'm not aware of. Okay, so we have more units to place. We're going to place 3 mechanized, advanced mechanized in Moscow. And 2 advanced artilleries. So I'll go through everything I have in a second. We're going to place Katyusha in Transcaucasia. And we're going to place, I think we'll place let's see. We will place a militia in Transcaucasia, and we will place a medium tank in Novosibirsk. So here's what the Russians' layout looks like. We have 1 militia in Amur, 1 militia in Chita. We have a cavalry in Central Mongolia. We have a militia in Ula-Sutai. We have a militia in Tamtuva. We have in Novosibirsk, we have a medium tank, a tactical bomber, air transport, a fighter, and 2 major factories. In Transcaucasia, we have a fortification facing Turkey on the Turkish border, and we have a Katyusha, 2 cavalry, and a militia, and a major factory. In Northern Caucasia, we have 5 militia and 2 infantry. And then we have in Stalingrad, we have 2 militia. In Saratov, we have 4 militia. Okay, now this is where it gets tricky for me, but we'll go. In Moscow, I have 1 AA, 2 militia, 2 infantry, 5 advanced mechanized, 2 tank destroyers, and just to make sure that just in case I didn't say it, 2 advanced artilleries. Okay, that's everybody there. And the entire Russian fleet is in Sea Zone 52 with 2 destroyers, a submarine, a heavy cruiser, and and their coastal sub. I had a hard time seeing that thing. Okay, so that's all they're doing there, and I have to place a unit for CCP, and then I still have 2 rolls to go. So CCP is going to place their mountain infantry on Shensi. So we kind of get to move our units forward there. So it's kind of cool. And then we're going to go ahead and we are going to roll for our influence roll. So we need a 5 or less on the dice and we're hoping to add an infantry to our territories. So here we go. Oop, well, you're used to seeing that, as am I. So last thing I have to do is roll for income, wartime income rather. So wartime income is $3. Don't envy me. So we have $3. So our wartime income of 328. What we currently have, that's 31 plus Stalingrad and Moscow is 32.33. So we will have $33 dollars on the next turn. For Russia, the CCP, they collect $3 plus they get bonus of 2. So they have 5 now. So they get $5, which is pretty cool for the CCP. And that will end it for Russia's turn. See what Japan does out, because the war is getting really interesting, and apparently Russia likes to attack everybody. But we'll see you next time. Go ahead and watch Japanese. You can go to their channel, or you can, I don't remember names. I think it's Rank Carcass. Or you can see what happened in the previous And you can see what Germany did on their turn, how they got so close to Moscow so quickly. And I'm so used to calling by his name, I always forget the handle. Oh, General Hand Grenade, you can see that. So Germany, General Hand Grenade prior to this, and then after the Soviets, you can check out Japan. I said it earlier, but I need to write all the handles down. So, well, I hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you next time. We're going to go ahead and let Japan know they can go ahead and take over. See you next time.